The fifth thing that you can do is isolate the chick when you're talking to her. Isolate the girl when you are talking to her. So what does this mean? So this means when you are, let's say you're at a bar, at a club or whatever, right? And you see a group of women. And usually these girls travel in packs, probably groups of 2, 3, 4, whatever. And what happens is that if you're trying to talk to a girl and trying to close the deal with her in front of all her friends, in most cases, she's going to reject you. Not because she doesn't like you, but because she's sort of being put on the spot in front of her friends, and it'll seem kind of awkward for her. Also, she might have friends in her group of friends who, you have one girl who's like the cock blocker, you have one of her friends, probably she's like a hater or something, and it's like it just feels weird to, do that or have that exchange in front of her friends, because she might be the girl in her group that a lot of guys approach, and she probably is gonna feel some sort of way where her her friends are like looking at her all fun, you know what I mean, like she doesn't want that like energy in that situation. So she's gonna be like, oh no, I'm just hanging out with my girls right now, we're just chilling, we're just trying to have fun, blah 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 blah, whatever. So she's gonna sort of shut down that situation, you understand, just because her friends are around, you understand. Or you'll have some girls who they'll be with their friends, and you'll try to talk to them, and they'll just sort of just be nervous because their friends are around. They don't know, they're like, oh, I don't know what to do now because this guy's trying to holler at me, but my friends are looking at me, so I don't know, so then she gets nervous, and her nervousness makes her not comfortable, and her not being comfortable is not, a good recipe for you to really close the deal at that point, right? So how do you actually make this happen? You have to isolate the chick when you're talking to her, right? So the thing is, all you need to do, and I've talked about this in plenty other, audios and videos, is that, you have to learn to engage the whole group, talk to the whole group, have interactions with everybody in the group, in all that other stuff. Then at a certain point, once, you're cool with the group, y'all are having fun, y'all talking and chilling or whatever, right? All you need to do is pull the chick to the side and be like, hey, come over to the bar with me real quick. Let's go get a drink. And then while she's there with you at the bar, right? Because her friends, they see you as a cool guy anyway. They're not going to really sweat it at that point. She goes to the bar with you. And then, at that point when she's there with you, that's when you go and say, hey, listen, I think you're really attractive. We should get together. Give me a number. At that point, that's when you exchange numbers and make this stuff happen. You understand? And that's when it will be, more likely that she will make it happen and give it to you. Right? So you got to make sure that you isolate the girl. Like I remember one time where was I? I was at some place. It was like one of these dive bars or whatever. And there was a booth with maybe 3 or 4 girls. And I was there with my friend, and we sort of sat, in the booth with them. So we're sort of talking to all of them and everything like that. And I'm talking to this girl, and, the one that I thought was cute or whatever. And I could tell she was she wasn't nervous talking to me, but every time she would talk to me, she knew I was flirting heavy with her. And she was always looking over at her friend, sort of for approval, oh, is this okay? This guy's talking to me like this. I guess the friend was the leader of the pack or some shit. You understand what I'm saying? So she was sort of giving her friend this look every time I was really going in, right? So next thing you know, the place had a upstairs and a downstairs or whatever. So I went to the bathroom, right? And as I was coming out the bathroom, she was about to go into the bathroom that she was about, the woman's bathroom, right? So she was away from her friends at the time, right? So before she gets in the bathroom, I was like, hey, hold on for a second. I was like, yo, listen, I was like, what's good? What's going on with you? And she's like, what you mean? I was like, listen, I'm feeling you. So you just need to give me a number, stop playing games. Right. So she starts laughing and shit. And then she was like, okay. And then she's like, take your phone out. And then she was telling me to take my phone out, like like the place was about to blow up in 10 seconds. Like she needed me to rush to put the number in, because she was telling me the number and she's looking around to see if her friends are around. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. Like, girls want to do this shit, but a lot of times they want to do it on the low. You understand? So if she's isolated, right, it's more likely that she's going to make it happen. You understand? Because girls, they care a lot about what their friends are going to think. They care a lot about what other people think about them. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this is why it's very important that you isolate the chick, because if you isolate her, that'll be a situation where it's less likely that you are going to get rejected. You understand? So these tools in this audio program, this is the type of stuff that I want to give you to make it less likely that you're going to get rejected, to reduce the chances that you're going to get rejected. You understand what I'm saying? So again, this is not something that's going to work every time. But if you implement it, right, if you actually take heed to it, this can be something that's going to help you out. Now, so number 5 was isolate the chick when you talk to her. Now, number 6 is